What you guys, today we're taking a look at the brand new ASUS Vivobook S14 OLED. The processor is a Ryzen 9 8995HS with AI built in. The screen is 3K at 120Hz. It's also OLED with 16:10 100% DCI P3 VESA HDR certified. So you're also getting 32GB of RAM and 1TB of storage. Now this only weighs 1.3 kilograms and also it's ultra thin at 13.9mm. The targeted audience is mobility driven for digital nomads and business travelers and international students. People like to travel. It's a really super lightweight laptop. So I'll leave this quick cheat sheet up here for you to have a quick look at. But again, 50 watts on the CPU performance, and also it does have that 75 watt hour battery capacity. So let's take a closer look. On the top lid here, when you press down a little bit, there is a little bit of movement here, but it doesn't impact on the screen at all. So it does have some protection there. And also when you lift the lid up, you've got one hand opening as well. On this side, we do have one HDMI 2.1 TMDS port there. So we have a USB 4 port there, and we also have a USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type-C port. And then we have that micro SD card slot there. The card does sit flush, so you won't catch it when it's fully inserted. We do have that 3.5mm audio jack there, but it does also support my microphone. So you're going to be charging the laptop via the Type-C connector here, and you'll get the power adapter and also the cable as well as the laptop when you purchase it. It's a 90 watt charging brick here, so to charge the actual laptop with. So with that 90 watt Type-C charging, you can get a 60% charge within 49 minutes of charging. On the other side of the laptop, you do have two USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A ports on here. And next to that, you do have some LED lights, which will tell you when you are charging and when you're powered on there. Now, on the rear spine of the laptop here, you can actually see where the hinges are here. Right next to it, there is some ventilation here. And this is where the exhaust fan are for the actual laptop cooling. It's going to blow out warm air from this back area here. And you may be wondering whether when you lift the lid up that it's going to restrict airflow. And what ASUS have done is basically cut out a notch here, and it just allows a bit of airflow here at the back. Now also you can see this right here more close up, and this is where you're going to get your cooling for your laptop itself. I'll show you that in more detail when I take the back plate off and we can look inside and you can have a look at what's inside the laptop itself. So let's first take a look at the base or the bottom of the laptop so you can see what's happening here. We do have some anti-slip rubber feet here, and we have that big ventilation part at the back as well, which allows it to vent from the bottom as well, right here. And we also have some speakers here. The speakers on this are Harman Kardon certified Dolby Atmos speakers, and there's two of them here. Now inside the actual laptop itself, you've got this battery here, which is 75 watts, and this supports 49 minutes of fast charging up to 60% using the ASUS USB Type-C Easy Charge port, which I've already shown you. So you can see it's a lithium-ion battery here, and you can replace these. It is replaceable as well. Here is your drive. This is your NVMe drive here, which is 1TB, PCI Express Gen 4 NVMe. Here is your cooling fans here. We've got two of them here. So there's two heat pipes here, which is going to allow to dissipate heat out the back, like I've already shown you. And underneath here is where your RAM is. It is soldered RAM, but there's 32GB of 7500 megahertz of RAM here. And that is in this location right here. Now, also on this laptop, on the bottom, we do have Wi-Fi 6E, and this is where I'm going to show you this on the screen right here. Now, there is two Wi-Fi antennas and also a soldered Wi-Fi. These are the Wi-Fi antennas right here, and there's also a soldered Wi-Fi card right here, so it's not upgradable, unfortunately, from what I can see visually here. So all in all, that's what you can expect. It's not really upgradable apart from the actual drive itself, but that's what you can expect to see inside the laptop if you're going to be purchasing something like this. Now inside here, we've already mentioned the CPU, but it does have Radeon 780M graphics, which is probably the best you can get right now. But that is the actual inside of the laptop itself. Now you do have reinforced hinges as well, which is a common fail point on a lot of laptops, but these are reinforced, which is a good thing to see. So this new sleek, clean design is a refined logo. As you can see here, the whole laptop is made of aluminium alloy, which is a really nice, slim sort of laptop, which is going to give you that super lightweight feel as well. For traveling, it's going to be great for travelers who want something light and mobile. On the bottom, you can see there is a plastic part here, and this is for the Wi-Fi antenna to allow good signal strength for the laptop itself. So that is the reason why we do have a piece of plastic here. So take a look at the keyboard itself. It's an Ergo Sense keyboard design, which is a single zone, also RGB keyboard with dynamic lighting support in Windows as well. You can change all of the brightness and stuff up the top here. You can see the RGB right here on the screen. It does have backlit keyboard, which is going to be nice in very low light places. Now this laptop also comes with the ASUS new innovative dedicated Copilot key, which is on the actual keyboard. It's a seamless AI processing in one press. You just press this and you can go straight into Copilot. That's if Copilot is your thing, then that button is right here. Now also the power button is also built into the actual keyboard. It's not a separate button. So we do have Harman Kardon speakers on here, which I'll give you a quick sound test in a second. You'll be able to hear what they sound like. So they'll be great for movies and things like that. So we have got that 14-inch 3K screen here, which is 2880 by 1800. This is ASUS's Lumina OLED slim bezeled nano edged display, which is a really nice display with 87% screen to body ratio and up to 600 nits at peak brightness. So that is 100% DCI-P3 color gamut, which is really, really nice. It's going to get true blacks on this one. Display is HDR, true black, 600 certification at 120 Hertz, which is a really nice panel. And again, if you wanted to do some light gaming or watching movies or some video editing, you've got plenty of power here to do all of that on this particular laptop. Now, unfortunately, I can't do any benchmarks or game tests or anything like that on this laptop because this is a really early release, which is a test sample which was sent over by ASUS. So I want to say a big thanks to ASUS for sending this one out for review. Hopefully in the future we can review this at a later date and do some more benchmarks and testing on this particular laptop. But this is really a first look at this particular laptop, and I think you agree the screen on this is absolutely amazing. It really is. And it's a really sort of all-round decent laptop. Now, I don't know any pricing for this yet because obviously it hasn't been released yet, so I can't give you that information either. But what I can do is give you the specifications and some of my thoughts of it so far. The side viewing angles on this, as you would expect, being OLED, is absolutely out of this world. So if you're looking at this at a slight angle, you do have good viewing here. Also, that means that if you're on some sort of plane or something like that and someone is viewing from the side, they would be able to view what you're doing on that laptop. Now, the touchpad on this is a nice big large touchpad. That's a 40% increase in surface area of the touchpad. Now, also the keyboard does have a 1.7 millimeter key travel, and the keystrokes on this are really nice to type on. You don't get no screen wobble or anything like that. So if you want to type out some letters and things like that, it's going to be perfectly fine on this keyboard. It's pretty responsive. And the keys are a subtle 0.2 millimeter disc shape indentation. And as I pointed out earlier, the power button here is on the actual keyboard here. Now, if you're typing and you think that if you touch that key, it's going to shut down the actual laptop, it won't. You have to hold it for a little bit of time, and there's more resistance there, so you're not going to accidentally touch it and shut down the laptop. Now, let's have a quick listen to the sound on these speakers to see what it sounds like. Now, the microphone is not doing that sound any justice at all because they sound pretty decent. Now, the webcam does have a privacy cover. It is the ASUS AI Sense camera with the Windows Effect technology. Now, the My ASUS app does have all of your needs inside here, which is for your battery care mode, and you also have audio visual, connectivity, and a bunch of other stuff inside here. So depending on what you're looking for, everything is going to be inside My ASUS. and you can basically check everything inside here. So you've got your OLED care. So if you want to do something with your OLED like pixel refresh, it's all going to be inside this app right here. You can update all your system here, display refresh rate, change all of this right here. So if you want this on dynamic refresh rate, you can do, or you can have it fixed to a refresh rate of 120 Hertz or 60 Hertz, depending on what you want to set it to. So there's some options available here. You've also got some system diagnostics. So if you've got issues with your laptop, maybe it's crashing or blue screens or anything like that, this is the place where you're going to be checking for that. Also system updates, this is where you're going to get all of your system updates. And you've got my ASUS devices on here as well. And there's some other stuff like customer care and customer support and things like that on here as well. So there is my ASUS account where you can set up an account. Really intuitive sort of piece of software, which is going to really help you check the battery life and things like that, the CPU temps, all that sort of stuff is going to be inside this little app right here. Anyway, that is the ASUS Vivobook S14. It's a brand new release from ASUS. It's the M5406, this model. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this particular laptop. I think it's a pretty awesome little laptop. Thanks for ASUS for sending this one out. My name has been Brian from BritecComputers.co.uk. I just want to say a big shout out to all my YouTube members who have joined my YouTube members group. I really appreciate the support. I shall catch you in the next video, or I'll see you on the Discord server for a chat. Bye for now.